How y'all doing? Welcome to a very, very, very special bonus episode of What About with Pat and Andy. I'm not Pat and he's not Andy. We're getting it down, Pat. And wait, where's your? Oh, I wish Jay and Pat were in different spots so we could fucking buddy cop it. Jay, back it up a little bit.
Wait, where am I? And where am I in yours, Andy?
I don't know. This bit stinks. This bit stunk before it started. A very special guest today to continue our Ultra Emo series of guest episodes. We had him on the first time to talk about the first Taking Back Sunday album, and then we dug deep into our archives and we figured out there's a second Taking Back Sunday album. We gotta get the fucking professional back to break this down for us. That's right, Philly's own Jason Simpson. How you doing, buddy?
Sad as shit and ready to go.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Somebody brought the Sunday back, and then we're also gonna take it back again.
We're doing it on Wednesday. So welcome.
I don't have a receipt for this Sunday.
You better take it back. I'm taking it back.
So welcome. If you're watching live on Twitch, thank you. We do this show normally Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But keep the lookout for our social media. Mine is at Andy Malafrina. Pat is on Instagram at Baby Mermaid Productions. And Jay, you are O_J Simpson?
Yep.
OH_J Simpson. I'll have all the links in the description if you guys want to follow.
Yeah. It's so good. It's like the best Instagram name ever.
I think every single time I see you, I compliment you on your handle, and I'm not gonna fucking break that streak today. I fucking love it.
Groovy.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Because it's your name.
Yes.
Right?
And it's also a murderer.
Alleged. I mean, we want to make sure we keep the lawyers happy, but wink. Right? Can't smoke weed on here, but we can definitely say OJ's a killer.
You can't have them both. Come on, you gotta have me on one.
Oh damn! I didn't realize it was OJ. I just assumed you were doing some like emo lead singer synth pop shit.
It's both.
It's everything. It's like a quadruple entendre.
Yeah,
it's a 2-for-1 special.
So many layers.
Holy shit, Jay!
I know. I'm a fucking genius. I know.
You're working on way more levels than I ever give you credit for. But the reason I threw out our social media, go follow us there. Jay, regular guest on the show. Me and Pat, we host it. If you're not familiar, so whenever we have a bonus episode, we will be tweeting and Instagramming about it. It's always a surprise, so stay posted for that. And also, the YouTube replay, if you don't catch it, I upload it right away. I was doing it like a day or two later, and I'm like, nah, just get it out there right away. Have it for you. If you missed the live stream, you can have it ready for you when you're at work or whatever the fuck. And also, I'm getting the technical shit together, but I am going to start posting this shit on iTunes and all the other podcast apps. That's right. You can take What About with you. So I'm still setting that up.
Why not? We don't play the music. We can't do it anyway, so why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Years, baby.
I was pulling some strings. I was seeing what was in the budget, and Anchor.fm is free as fuck. So this shit is going to be a podcast. Fuck yeah. So if you're watching on YouTube, look out for all that. But look out right now, because we got to talk about some emo horse shit. Let's do it, boys. Now, that sounds negative. This album was amazing. Jay was actually telling me before it started that he was very excited to talk about this because he threw the album on. Like I told Jay, when I threw the album on, immediately it was just like high school again. I literally was talking to Steph. I was like, because like I listen to this shit so often. And I looked at the date, and I'm like, I've been listening to this shit for 16 years. Literally, like, I've been listening to it for the amount of time. It's, like, equal to, like, about the time I found the album. And I'm like, holy shit. But you, Jay, you had a much different reaction. Tell me about that.
Going back to this album, like, it's one of those albums you put on, like, one of the songs or two with, like, in an emo playlist. So it's been a while since I went from like start to finish, and everything about it was so cliche, I'm all for it. I'm so in.
Well, so here's the thing though. Because I realized this with last week. We were talking about drummers, and we were talking about mainly Dave Grohl, and part of it had to do with we were comparing like Dave Grohl to John Bonham. And when I was listening to John Bonham, I may have like, not that he's not one of the greatest, but listening to his album tracks, I may have sort of compared him and Dave Grohl unfairly because I was going off Dave Grohl's album tracks, and I remember the John Bonham that blew my mind was all like the live shit.
Mm-hmm.
Not that he's not great on the albums, but then I started thinking, I'm like, you know what though? I bet you for me now, John Bonham's less exciting per se because everyone back then heard John Bonham and they were like, this dude's wild, this dude's crazy, and started doing that. So I'm to bring it all back, I'm wondering, does it all sound cliche because all these young emo kids heard Taking Back Sunday and were like, oh, that's how you do it perfectly, and then just ripped them off?
I mean, just the jump from Tell All Your Friends and where you want to be, the quality of sound, how they did it, the production that went into it. Some of those songs on Where You Want to Be are just perfect pop songs. Like this, like boop, 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 perfect. It's just all the puzzle pieces are there. It's catchy. It's quick. You know what I mean?
When you say pop songs, what do you like in reference to? What, like a perfect mainstream pop song?
Yeah, like a perfect pop song. Like I don't know.
Which one would you put in that?
Decade Under the Influence, of course, like for sure. Have a short little intro, builds up, got your verse, moving along, nice little pace here, and then boom, big chorus. Goes once, goes back to the verse, chorus twice this time, a little more power the second time, bridge, chorus again, a little more power, and you're done.
Yo, and also, this is like super personal to me and Jay, because if you guys listening don't know, me and Jay used to be in a band together and shit called Tune in Tokyo, and I remember like every time I listen to fucking Decade Under the Influence specifically, I'm always just like, yo, how many times were we like stuck on a song and then just without knowing it, we were like, wait, how'd they do Decade Under? Oh, you just throw a pre-chorus. Or just like, it was the song structure of so much of our shit goes back to like this album specifically.
Yeah, writing music, a lot of it comes from like, a lot of my influence is like based in like this album as far as guitar work and like just what I think sounds nice like in a song. Like yeah, definitely this one was probably the biggest influence out of all their works. But it's all really cookie cutter now. It's like all maybe my angst wasn't as special as I thought it was. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's like, maybe it really wasn't that important.
That's a really depressing thing when I realized like my angst was like fucking hack. No, it's just like fuck. Like it was like those things of like the fucking government is fucking just like they're just a bunch of fucking hypocrites out here doing, and like, and you hear like kids doing it now and you're like, man, fucking idiot. Nothing you're saying is special. Nothing you're saying, everything you're saying is right. Nothing you're saying is special. Nothing you're saying is original, and everything you're saying is you're gonna cringe for most of your life, and then you get into your mid 30s and you're gonna go,
I gotta get to the post office before they close.
You know what I mean? Like, fuck.
That is so goddamn funny. You know, that's reminding me, because like I'm starting to get to the age where you're like, you know how you hit a certain age, and you're like, oh man, I'm getting excited about this, and now I'm getting to an age where I'm like, I got excited about those things.
Yeah.
Like dude, this like, I remember I got a new gaming desk, and I felt myself pretending to act like I wasn't, like I was rolling my eyes at how excited I was, and I was like, nah, fuck that. My space is organized. It looks nice. I'm fucking happy.
It's like Step Brothers. Like, we're gonna get so many activities done. Like, you know what I mean? Like, literally, like you had that genuine. But that's what excites me. Like, I get excited about practical gifts. I get excited when I can buy, like when they have more than one pair of pants that I like in the size that I need to buy. You know what I mean? Like when I can buy like, oh, I could buy this in bulk. I don't have to get this more. You know what I mean? Like I'm just all about being comfortable now, as opposed to being
What
like fucking whatever, man.
when was it that you got like genuinely like appreciative that there was underwear for Christmas? Mine was like 2 years ago, I think, was the first time I was like, "Oh, I need this. Thank you. Thank you."
My mom buys me socks every Christmas, and that's my sock ration for the year. I got to make them last till next Christmas. I was like, "How do you buy? Where do you buy socks for a man?"
I've never past 25. I've never bought socks, underwear, or flannels. I just realized that.
Yeah. I got a lady for that.
anytime you buy shoes and they go like, do you want to buy socks? I'm like, no, I budgeted for the shoes.
Oh yeah, fucking I'm trying to rope me in.
Oh, I fucking look like here. Yeah, nice try. You can't have my email, and no, I'm not gonna buy any socks. Okay?
Would someone ask you that question, you're like, "Oh, you and your mother must not be close."
Yeah.
That's where your mind goes.
Hey pal, got some. Thanks.
Mommy still loves me. I have socks.
Yo, May's speaking of like sales pitches, May has like the beautiful tactic. We're in the supermarket, right? And the Verizon people are there. And like, hi, can we interest you in in Verizon? And May's like, we already have it. And he's like, oh, okay, well, have a good day. And we walk past and we don't have Verizon. She's like, I know. Just say whatever it is they're selling, say you already have it.
Here's another hack. When they go, no. Here's another like life hack. When they go, do you want this? You go, no.
Take me off your list.
Or just scream the word rape. Just fucking whenever you're feeling an ounce of threatened, you scream that.
Yeah. Poggers in the chat.
So Pat, we always like to joke that you're never a huge fan of this stuff. I remember you were sort of impartial to the first album. Did anything shift for you on this second one?
I will say I do agree with Jay in saying like the production in this album is stepped up for sure. But I it's kind of the same feeling of like take it or leave it. Like I don't it really, but this is what I thought of it. I think the way I worded it was actually it's way more, it's less personal. Obviously I think the way that Jay put it, it was way more personal to him. Not cookie cutter in that way, but I think it's way more thought out. Like I think they were like, hey guys, we got some heat. Let's make a banger. And they you know what I mean? Like they were just like, let's fucking give them hits. You know what I mean?
That's a great point to bring up. And I feel like, cause Jay, you're a little bit older than me. So I remember I found, cause like I just paid attention to like what I wanted like to listen to. So I was just like, I was listening to their first album and then I was just like waiting. Like I didn't have a sense of like what was popular. You know what I mean? Like, so I was just kind of like, whenever the next one comes out, I will get it because I love the first one. But do you remember like the vibe of Taking Back Sunday after their first album came out and then into the second one? Like, how big were they? Do you remember at all?
They were doing constant touring. Literally, they were doing after the album came out. After Tell All Your Friends came out, they did Warped Tour. Then they went to like opening for Green Day. Like this album shifted so much for them. Yeah.
For what album? Sorry, do you know what album?
They opened for Green Day.
Yeah, I mean, for what album was Green Day?
I'm assuming American Idiot.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that would line up because this album came out in 2004, which was like my first year of high school, I think. And I remember like American Idiot came out my freshman year of high school.
It was in Europe. The show they did 2 nights, both sold out. It was 2 shows in Europe, and Green Day filmed it for their DVD.
Oh. Okay.
So they went
on tour with it.
They did.
Oh.
They toured. Yeah, they opened. They're their opener.
Cat's back.
Yeah, and then they just jumped on Warped Tour, and it went from Tell All Your Friends, from playing like, you know, decent sized venues to fucking they're doing Warped Tour, which is 20,000 people.
And I think, was this one on? No, they were still on Victory Records for this one, but I think their next record, Louder Now, because that was another one. Not to like get into that one. I'm sure we'll bring Jay on. We're doing the discography. I think. Pat, please, please, Patrick. But no, like this album too was definitely like a huge shift for them into like the mainstream because this was still early 2000s. Like now, mainstream is sort of, it's got to be like hip hop or pop oriented to be, but you could still.
POCs are trending.
Yeah, very true, very true. But no, like in the early 2000s, you could still have like a punk rock band. I feel like now a punk rock band can't get to like the level that they were at back then. You know what I mean?
That album debuted at number 3.
Did
like,
it? Okay.
Yeah, that album debuted at like number 3, which for a band like that it had never happened before.
Yeah, so this was definitely like because this kind of shit was way more popular back then. This was a thing that really shot them into a bigger level.
The overall growth between the first and this album is pretty intense. Like even like the subject matter, like Where You Want to Be lost a lot of its pettiness that the first album had. Like it's not so snide. Like there's a lot of stuff on Tell Your Friends. It's very like na 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 na. Yeah. And then Where You Want to Be definitely has more of a like a grown up look on it.
This is this is ironic that you say it has a grown up look on it, because this is a problem that I have with the album. Is the imagery on the front is a little problematic for me, but it's even more problematic because there's a naked child, but also. It's the problem that I feel like that I'm going to have with Taking Back Sunday. Does every album have to top Brand New in one way or another? Sure, you like younger kids than him. I mean, like where does it end here?
God damn, Jesse Lacey.
Let it go, guys. Talk about something else.
Besides baby butts.
You're like, oh, you're gonna steal our girl and write a song? Well, I'm gonna fucking one up your tail.
Like 14-year-olds? How about 4-year-olds?
Drop the teen and we're good to go.
Throw them on the cover. We'll call it like we're Nirvana or whatever. It's art.
I don't like people driving by. It's like, hey, did anyone see that naked hitchhiking baby? It's fucking.
It's that suntan lotion kid from remember the bottles of suntan lotion? I think it was Coppertone.
Yeah.
The dog actually got the whole bathing suit.
Just makes it walk home.
That's a great moment in the car. We're like, yeah, so once we get, I think the next gas station's in about 2 miles. We'll fill up there, then we'll go to your sister. Was that a naked baby?
Anyway,
it's walking away from the RV and Breaking Bad.
It's floating.
He's just like, I'm the one that knocks. It is also too like, yeah, they're like, where do you want to be? Not hitchhiking with this naked baby.
Hey, somebody put some pants on that kid.
We're in naked baby territory, guys. We gotta get out of here.
Hey, poggers in the chat if you like baby butts.
It would, but no, I'm so glad you brought that up because it was always a thing. I remember even being in high school, like you'd be like, yeah, this album rocks, and you're just like, why did the like it felt like the why do you got to show the crack and all that? It's like, why? The baby could have had a diaper. I'm sure it applies to something lyrically or whatever, but you're like,
do they know that baby? You know what I mean? Like, is it, again, the Nirvana thing is even more problematic, I would have to say, actually, because the baby's in the water. You know what I mean? Like, just toss the baby in the water, and they're like, take the picture.
Quick, take a picture of that naked baby.
Take a picture of that naked baby.
This baby's way too hot.
Oh, it's not coming up. Don't worry, it's not coming up. Take your time. Take the picture.
The hitchhiking baby was like, I've been hitchhiking naked all day. And then Nirvana's like, we'll cool you off, even though the timeline doesn't line up.
Yeah, you know what? It's a time traveling baby.
Time traveling hitchhiking baby.
Hitchhiking through time is what it's doing.
Be a slow moving Benjamin Button disease, maybe something like that. You know, who knows?
So I wanted to say this, and Pat, you requested we get off this topic, even though you are still a riff champ on it. But no, I was thinking about this too, listening to going back to what I was saying earlier. Like, listening to this stuff is fun for me because, like, I used to be way more emotionally invested in this stuff. So, like, there's definitely there's definitely like random little parts where, oh, me and Pat always talk about this. You were saying lyrically this and that, and I was just like, I'll take your word for it, because me and Pat are notorious for not like really taking in the lyrics whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like, mine was always just a pure sort of like the emotion that you felt in the moment. So there would just be stuff where, like, at the one, I forget which song it was, but I was listening to it today, where he just like, he belts out like, why can't you just be happy? And like, I would take something like that and just like, you know, because I'm younger and way more emo and emotionally vulnerable, you like take your things and apply it to that. But
Yeah.
yeah, but like now because I'm like older, I don't do the same. I'm still a spaz and everything, but I don't do the same thing. So now this album almost becomes like, because the music associates so much emotions with shit, it ends up becoming this like time capsule to being like, oh yeah, remember when I was a fucking dork in high school?
I don't know. It feels like, do I listen to this music because I feel this way, or do I feel this way because I listen to this fucking music?
Dude, that's like a huge realization I had probably a couple years ago, where I was like, wait, did listening to sad music steer me in the wrong direction from an emotional standpoint? Did it like stunt my emotional growth?
I mean, it was more of like an identity, you know,
Dude,
like.
Exactly. 'Cause
Like,
we were saying on the when we talked about Tell All Your Friends, it was just like, okay, here's an identity where you can like be a sad boy and still be kind of cool and whatever. And, you know, because like you were saying, Taking Back Sunday, they were like the pinnacle of emo at the time. So this band comes along and there's like, here's your little knapsack of how to exist, and you're just like, okay, and you take that and you go too literal with it, and then you realize you don't deal with problems properly.
Yeah, I mean, this album isn't as classic.
What do you mean?
There's certain lines and lyrics in Tell All Your Friends that you'll remember forever, you know, like if you would slit my throat with my one last gasping breath, like everybody remembers that shit.
Yeah.
Or you know, anyway, moral of the story is I like this weed.
I think this album has like more big moments, because like this album, one, it's cool because, oh, this is why I was also bringing up Louder Now, even though we didn't talk about it, because I was looking at their discography, and Tell All Your Friends has a specific sound that's like very, I feel like, standalone. Like, a lot of people try to copy it, but I feel like it's a standalone, like a little bit sloppy, a little non-traditional, but still in that emo pocket. And then on this one, this is like the slightly mainstream without selling out, like the best way you could do the emo shit, slightly mainstream. And then like you notice on Louder Now, that's where they still have enough remnants of like Tell All Your Friends to make it good, but you could definitely tell like this is where we're gonna try to go mainstream with this shit. So like Where You Want to Be for me is super special, because it's that like last album that had the fullness of that like unfucked with emo shit, where they were just kind of like making it to make good music, not like before money really got involved. And that being said, I thoroughly enjoy all of Taking Back Sunday shit. It's just these first two albums have always been a little bit more special than the rest of the catalog.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely shifted from like definitely the last two like emo-esque albums, and then became like more of like an American rock band, like shortly after this. But they're still what made them. But they cut down on the dual vocals a lot after this.
They really did.
Yeah.
Cause did they have what's his face? They had Fred, what's his name? Color Fred.
Yeah, they had the color. They had two. There were two. They added two new members for Louder now, because the other two guys left to go do Stray Light Run.
That's right.
and
right.
and the two, maybe the reason that this album's like a little like was a lot better sonically, like musically, composition wise.
Yeah.
Because the two new members fucking went to a jazz college, went to college for jazz, so like they really like knew their instruments well.
Yeah, because this album, not to cut you off, but this album, like Louder Now and After, they are more straight. They still have that essence of Taking Back Sunday, but they're more straightforward rock songs.
Dude, I bet the weed at jazz college is awesome.
It's gotta be.
It's gonna be fucking awesome.
I'm just gonna smoke it out of a saxophone.
That has got to be like band camp on fucking steroids, dude. Holy shit!
Jesus, that makes sense. That makes sense why the album's so good, because it's like, can you imagine going to college for jazz for 4 years? Like I minored in music at my school, and like I got a little taste of how hardcore they go with music there. Can you imagine majoring in music and then being like, all right, let's go play emo. Like, you're just gonna run the world, dude.
It's kind of like how the drummer from Slayer, the original drummer from Slayer, was like classically trained. He's like he had like if I remember correctly, orchestral training. Orchestral training, is that right? Like like he was like,
yeah.
That's fucking crazy. And then he's like I am the drummer for Slayer. You know what I mean? Like, and Slayer is great, but it's not like as far as the drums, it's just fucking nuts. You know what I mean? It's not like super.
It's really fast.
Yeah, it's fast, but it's like more of it's more stamina than it is like, it's more, you know what I mean? Like it's more quantity over quality. You know
I could jerk fast. Or jerk good.
That's why I always got into, when it came to like metal and shit, I would always get into bands like although right now, wait, I'm having too many thoughts. I would always get into bands like August Burns Red or Protest the Hero or shit like that, because it was a little bit more like, or like Between the Buried and Me, like let's figure out the craziest shit. Like, remember when Dragon Force was popular for like a fucking summer, and like, but for like those guitar solos and shit were crazy. But for me, coming from a drummer standpoint, I'd always be like, yeah, I can't do that, but that's more just like going to the gym than just fucking like learn it, like being proficient at the drums. Like he's just playing stupid fast.
Yeah, it's reps, and like no matter what, I don't give a fuck who you are. If you can do sweeps, I'm amazed by you. Sweeps
I've no idea.
Amazing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can hollow me out if you do a sweep in front of me, dude.
Anything you want to. You can have all of my holes. They're all.
Come sweep me off my feet, dude. Parker's in the chat. Do you want to come sweep Pat off his feet?
Yeah, I'll just assume
I'll
you're
let
a
you
wizard.
put all fingers in there, baby.
You just sweep my butthole.
You're just moaning like, what scale is this?
It's prostate in A minor.
Oh my god! I love the Dragon Force. To me was junk food. It was what was that one band? Are you gonna be my girl? What was that band?
Jet. Yeah.
It was like them. It was just like, man, this is fucking just keep on fucking rocking, dude. Like, you know, like you ain't hurt nobody. I wanted to hate him so much, but I'm like, I'm just like fucking. This is pretty good. I like it.
You know why I love Jet? Like, I mean, I like those songs. I remember I got the album, but I remember I watched some interview of them.
You got the album?
Dude,
the album?
Yeah, I was in like 7th grade.
You don't need a money with a face like that, do you, honey?
Yeah, dude, I was in 7th grade. I loved it. I also got The Darkness. You remember The Darkness?
It just popped up in my Spotify Discover Weekly. I'm like, Spotify, you don't think I know who The Darkness is? Come on.
Their second single was my favorite. I like that one better than The Thing Called Love.
Yeah,
it's like, get your hands off of my woman, motherfucker.
Really?
Oh,
yeah. Yeah,
they
that
were
song- that
good,
song's
but
the
they
bomb.
were too much of like they were like a cover band that didn't do any covers.
Yeah, that's what I loved about them. I was like, I did not take them seriously. It was kind of like one of those things where I'm like they're not hurting anybody, but like that got more old to me. Like the darkness, like that his voice did get a little old to me.
You know who
Yeah.
you'll love though? You know who you'll love then? Do you ever listen to Foxy Shazam?
No, but that does sound familiar. I thought is that Quentin Tarantino?
Yeah, it's what?
Is that a Quentin Tarantino movie?
That's
no. You're
Foxy
thinking
Brown.
Foxy
Yeah.
Brown?
Right.
Yeah, it's Jackie Brown.
That's All Time Low, right?
Yeah, that's all.
I wanted to get you to do All Time Low.
That's that. That's Quentin Tarantino's newest movie, All Time Low.
Right.
And no, they were they were like sort of this alt funk band or something, and they had this like they were cool because they would have this really really over the top presentation. Like the dude was doing like it was like almost like a Freddie Mercury impression, but like turned up to like fucking 15. But it was one of those things where it was like a really funny presentation, but like taken really seriously, like not acknowledging the bit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Glam,
Yeah.
It's just glam. It's just glam,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot about glam. I never really listened to glam. So
It's just a bunch of guys being drag queens. So.
And it's also essentially like what I think what maybe Andy may know or familiar a term you may be familiar with, kayfabe, right? They're
sure. Yeah.
in
Kayfabe.
that performance, you know what I mean? Like that's they're like no, I'm or like what's his face? What was that? What's the dickhead? Ziggy Stardust. You know what I mean? Like he's like
David Bowie, yeah.
yeah. He's
that
like
dickhead.
yeah, you know what I mean?
Oh, fucking Outlaw Pat's coming back out.
But do you know what I mean? Where he's like, no, I'm the star child. Like he's like everybody wanted to be from the Stars and shit. I didn't understand that. Like the Star Child from Kiss, and then David Bowie's like, I'm a fucking astronaut and shit. Like do your drugs, play your songs. Come on.
You're English.
Yeah,
I don't know, dude. I think
that's still pretty interesting.
I think when you're going to like Studio 54 every night doing rails of coke, if you're not a space person in your songs, like you're the weird one.
That's true. Yeah, you're the weirdo. They're like, hey man, isn't space great? And you're like, what are you talking about? And they're like, fucking dude,
Hey,
mushroom, would you?
Hey Elton, I wrote a song about a rocket ship too.
I'm surprised none of them actually ended up in space. Like they didn't shoot any of them in there. Like they did. You know, once the cards are on the table, you're all fucking billionaires. And then there's a fucking guy who says like, "Hey, I have space tourism now." They're like, "Yeah, we're good." You know, send Lance Bass. Does he like space?
He almost went. Yeah.
Didn't he go? No, he went. Didn't
He
he?
went? Did he go up? I thought they had to cancel it on him.
It's where oh wait, maybe I thought they did it where like they just barely orbited, like they just got out, like something like that.
Oh, they did like the free fall ride where they put him in a fucking 747 and just flew down real quick.
They gave them all Monster Energy drink, fucking jumpsuits and helmets.
Yeah, you guys remember when Lance Bass came out of the atmosphere?
They couldn't stop coming out of things. I mean,
Fuck, that's so funny.
man, damn it.
What's up?
I'm out of water. I can't hydrate anymore. I don't know what we're gonna do.
Can't hydrate. We'll just
Yeah.
make sure it's not beer or anything fun. So
Why don't you go jump in that pool with that naked baby from in utero? In utero.
I just have to introduce myself to everybody in the neighborhood, and then we're good.
It's like he's like just a guy with a pool skimmer comes by and is like, oh shit. It's like I'm just here to clean the pool.
Goddamn Rolling Stone.
It's a living.
they're asking. They're like, "Hey, what are you doing over there?" You go, "Ah, never mind."
Another QAnon meeting.
Wait, is that what I thought those flags were for Quiznos. I'm really out of time. Jay, you were saying something earlier. I was just thinking about because like going back listening to this album, there is so many moments. I'd be really curious because I feel like in interviews I haven't heard this album from other bands get brought up like a lot, but just listening to it, there's so many moments where you're like, oh yeah, every band does that. Like
Yep.
the chugga chugga right before, like the da right before the chorus hits that you're doing in halftime,
Mm.
all that
That
kind of stuff.
just that I'm just gonna say it, man. I've ripped off Taking Back Sunday so many times in so many songs.
Dude, and I think I have too, just because playing music with you and listening to your guitar playing, it probably sent me because dude, all that shit, just like I said, the dot before breakdowns, like the fucking doing throwing in a pre-chorus so you can make a punk song be interesting, like all that shit.
Also, the dual vocals on this album are so much better than they were on the first one.
You think so?
The call and responses on Where You Want to Be are um it's not just two guys yelling over each other this time, which I also love. Like, but with singing with Color Fred.
Oh, wait, did your audio go out?
Maybe his headphone died.
He muted his headphone.
Oh,
We're actually just singing in harmonies.
Oh, he didn't even acknowledge it. What a fucking pro. Oh yeah, no, that is a good point because there was something fun on like Tell All Your Friends with like the chaotic like screaming over each other. But yeah, like where like that's such a good point where like they had the dual vocals but it was more harmonies. Like Where You Want to Be really is like it's basically they did Tell All Your Friends, they learned how to play their instruments and like got a good studio, and then that's Where You Want to Be.
Yeah, it's like if Tell All Your Friends was the show, the movie would be Where You Want to Be.
That's
You know
really
what I
good.
It's
That's a
like they
really
did
good.
it's like everything that they did on Tell All Your Friends, it's done with more money.
Very true.
Yeah, and I don't know. I really think it's like a master class in how to make a how to do what you did before, but grow on it. Because it's
Yeah.
not like even the subject matter, it's nowhere near as petty. There's like more of an understanding that hey, things aren't always gonna go the way you want. You know what I mean? Like things just change, and there's things that uh, they can't control. You know what I mean? They instead of saying like that's not fair, kind of like they were on Tell Your Friends, it's more like yeah, but you got to do it.
It's got a much more mature sound, and they definitely avoided that. They avoided that pitfall of so many bands. They get huge off of their first album, and for one reason or another, just every album after that like doesn't connect the same way. You know what I mean? Like I think with Where now it does kind of happen after Where You Want to Be, but like it for me, it's like in a minimal aspect. Because like I said, I get something out. I fucking missed their self-titled one. That one I didn't listen to really,
no need
but
for the language, but that's very understandable. You don't need to curse like that, okay?
I'm sorry.
Jesus,
What did I do?
you fucking miss it, do you, Andy? Jeez.
I'm sorry. I say that sometimes instead of. I apologize.
No, why? I was. This is a point that I'm wondering about this because you say like there's such a drop off after this album. Like
No, 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 no. It's not that there's a drop off because like the album after this
Is
like
also
for
a masterpiece.
no, it's great. Don't get me wrong, but it's always just like that main essence that got you on board with Taking Back Sunday. You just hear it. It's not all there. It's like Where You Want to Be is amazing. Louder Now is really good. Does that
Yeah,
make sense?
Louder Now is we're not kids anymore. Like we have actual problems now.
Yeah.
And that and like I don't know, they're way better musicians. Like also they just get better, as time goes on. And
Wha-
understanding like what they do. But I think they kind of like after Where You Want to Be, I don't think I would have liked another Taking Back Sunday song like the old stuff.
there
It-
now. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's like okay, we got this one, we got the sequel. Okay, the third one has to have something to do with time travel. It's just the rule.
Well, you know what's also cool too with like also someone in the chat believe NJ said, "Yo, Pat George." So you're getting some love in the chat, Pat.
I gave him a piece.
But also with like, with the context of their like later releases like Tidal Wave. Like I really like Tidal Wave, and that's kind of funny because like Tidal Wave to me almost sounds like Louder Now, but they're not like they don't give a shit about who listens to it, if that makes any sense. Like Louder Now was great, but there was definitely a mindset of like, all right, we're popular. Let's try to keep riding that wave and get more eyes on this and shit. So there was definitely like a slight shift into the mainstream on that album.
Tidal Wave did nothing for me.
Really?
Like nothing for me.
Oh,
Like
see, I
I
I
gave it a
love.
through like when it's on, like I'll never skip it. But like that's the one. It's like now there's really like nothing from before.
You don't think so?
No.
See, that Tidal Wave sounds to me like it just sounds like emo kids became like adults with adult shit to do, just like normal adults. Because I feel like you hear it with a lot of these like emo bands that grow up and actually keep writing music, where they start sounding like they have this tinge of like fucking Tom Petty in them, and it's kind of cool to me because I was always like a big Tom Petty fan.
And I think that's what's bothering me. The pettiness.
It's the fact that they won't back down and they just
Back down.
Yeah.
I do like that part. Like, down.
And just over time, the quality, like it's real free falling.
Oh
So-
yeah,
I wanted to do one.
you got it in there.
Okay, so Tidal Wave, I think Tidal Wave sounds like because they got the original lineup back for Tidal Wave.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Tidal Wave was them trying to do what they did before, like what they did in the early albums, but they've changed so much, they're not that band anymore. So by trying to do that, it became the farthest thing from what that was.
Yeah, it's like
Old songs now.
it's like trying to write that early album without because when they put out that first album, they had like years of playing and touring together and stuff.
for Tell All Your Friends.
I think so, right?
No, but I mean they had that's what they were going through. They were feeling angsty and emo.
Yeah, yeah.
They did it, and then they're fucking 50, dude, or or whatever. Like don't like I don't know. Their later albums definitely have like more adult themes. They talk about like things about like marriage and like kids and stuff.
So
Mhm.
this is an element of their early album, or the first album at least, was the direct was an element that I'm not used to in most I guess a lot of even just rock songs in general, but like it's usually something reserved for rap or hip hops. But there was the beef that they had with the guy from Brand New. So do they have any in any of these further albums, including this one? Is there any? I didn't read the lyrics or anything like that, but is there anything? Are they beefing with like somebody from like Simple Plan, or are they
No.
going after maybe somebody from Good Charlotte?
They actually murdered Sum 41
What?
on Happiness Is they they
On a track, they actually like kill him like Guar.
yeah they shot Sum 41 with an AK-47.
Fuck yeah.
it's a six differences.
Yeah, they're like, ours bigger, you pussies.
I'm mad.
But is there any other beefs or anything like that in any of these future
were-
albums?
They had a beef with themselves, kind of, because wasn't it
Yeah,
capital ME? They were shitting on the Color Fred.
Yeah, I mean they've kind of had like a rotating door of band members. But no, I think for the next 3 albums, I think it's next two, yeah. All the way up until their self-titled is with Fred, I think.
Oh, it is?
And then after that, then they
Louder
start
House
saying like
Fred.
that guy sucked.
Sink into me.
No, I thought no. They only had Fred on 2 albums.
Yeah, this and louder now.
Yeah, and then on New Again they had that Capital, because I remember the big thing about Capital ME was that they were just kind of like that's where they got a little petty. Actually, they got a little bit of the petty back, and on that one they were being a little like this fucking guy over here.
I can't wait to the New Again episode. That album has so many fucking good songs on it.
Yeah, there's a lot of good. There's a
Dude,
lot of good fucking
There's a
Taking Back
song
Sun.
There's a song in New Again where he says, "You were a tower and I was an airplane." I'm like, yeah.
He always threw. There was always the occasional line. Like, what was the shit on Make Damn Sure where he's like, "I'll make sure you never leave," and you're like, what's the context? What's the context? Like, there were always the occasional line where you're like, "Hey, what do you mean? What do you mean by that?"
And then you found out he's been hanging out with Army Hammer, and then you're like, oh boy.
What was that? I totally missed that story.
He had cannibal fantasies that he was playing out with a lady via text. As far as we know, that's it. And she only shared. This is the fucked up part. She only shared his side of the text or instant messages, and it's like shit about like wanting to like kill a deer and hold its beating heart in his hand and like eat human flesh and shit like that, and like all this weird shit. Like it's fucking crazy. I feel like,
so it's illegal to be sexting now? PC culture, run
You know what I mean?
amok.
yeah, like he apparently, I don't know if he lost a job or like backed out of a job recently or whatever, but like it's a weird thing.
Dude, I've been really fucking tapped out. Who is he?
He's the guy, isn't he the Lone Ranger guy? That's how I was familiar with him. He's an actor. He's also in the Facebook movie. He was the Winklevoss twins. I haven't seen either one of those movies though. So I just know the fact that this guy is like saying like, oh yeah, I want to jerk off and eat human flesh. I'm like, damn, that's weird. That's weird to just say that via, like, I mean, it's one thing for like what's his face? What was the guy? Chris D'Elia to get caught because it was like Snapchat. You know what I mean? But this is like text. You know, people can screenshot text, dude.
Yeah,
What are you
dude.
doing? Like, you're saying you want to eat her flesh, but I think it was I think it was just a chat thing, but it was weird. That's a weird story.
The moment Chris D'Elia found out that he could get in trouble for that, he like he was like,
Have you
on
seen
a
the video?
podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
have you
he
seen
was
the
like-
video? It's so funny.
Yeah, dude, where he's on fucking where he's on Fighter and the Kid, I think. And then he's like, yeah, that shit just goes away. And then he's like, no. And he's like,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
There's look of sheer dread on his face.
You
I gotta
see him
make
like
some
holding
phone.
his phone, like taking over here and going like,
Yo, but for the sake of, there was a moment, I remember there was a moment where Snapchat, I remember, introduced memories or some shit, and they show you all these old snaps, and you're like, whoa, why do you still have these?
Yeah.
Why do
These
you
are all just
still
my dick.
fucking...
We're all just my dick.
Oh man, that shit's so fucking wild. All right, guys, this has been a great fucking episode. Just plowing through the discography of Taking Back Sunday. Jay, give us some parting words about this album. You said this is your favorite Taking Back Sunday album, right?
It is. I don't know. After this past listen, I think maybe because I'm older, like I'm in a different place in my life. Nostalgia, like the nostalgia factor, I'm trying to cut that out. You know, take things like at their actual worth instead of just like, oh, I fucking loved it so much. But this album kind of went down for me after this past listen.
That's really interesting.
I think they've grown as artists. I think they have better work.
Are you focusing more on like so you're focusing on like the whole composition, or I know cuz like I said, you pay attention more to the lyrical content. So I'll take your word on the fact that like you were saying like lyrically this shit's definitely more cuz they were way younger, and like you just don't identify with that as much anymore.
They knew they were getting popular, and they kind of just dumb it down a little bit. It's a little dumbed down. The imagery on Tell All Your Friends was so vivid. Like every
Yeah.
song, you could see the song.
Yeah.
with where you want to be, it's kind of like just generic across the board for lyrical content. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? There's nothing like, yeah, the lines are dope and the melodies are really good, but there's just
they're just too good. It's just like too perfect. Like I think the way like it's not even that like I wouldn't say overproduced or anything like that. It's just well it's like well polished, and it's really it's squeaky clean emotions. You know what I mean? It's very it's
it's
very it's good. It's like you know what I'm saying. Like I don't have anything bad to say about the album. It's not like you said. It's not my genre of music. It's not necessarily something that I would like run to listen to. But it's a thing where I'm like I can see the value in this. This is great. But it's also like it just feels like this one. It hearing all of the things you're saying, it seems like this was that makes so much sense to me because that's exactly how I thought of it. Was like it's very planned out. This album seems very plotted and planned out. Not that it's bad or anything like that. It's very good,
they
but
had a lot
it's
of
like
time to
too
work on this
good.
album.
It's what?
They said they said they had a lot of time to work on this album, and they did all the demos themselves.
Mhm.
So they recorded all the demos themselves. Then they handed it in, and then it got mixed and mastered, and they like redid everything that way.
Yeah.
But I like what you said. It's squeaky clean emotions, and the best part about having emotions and being emo is that it can be bad, like it can be raw. It can be. It's supposed to be rough around the edges. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Bright Eyes can barely sing for shit,
Yeah.
but but if you feel it here, you feel it here. I feel a lot of
Um,
this album too, but sometimes it's a little too bland. There's the last song is literally the lyrics are "cross my heart and hope to," like that's cool, no, but
Yeah. What were you feeling? Like you want to yeah, if you actually you felt like if you corner them and you say like when did you write this? And they're like, "Oh, we were in the studio. We just need some to wrap up the album." And it's like, all right, then what are these other ones? Like, you know what I mean? Like you kind of start thinking like what's real and what's not. And when you have to like sift through it like that, you know what
yeah,
I mean?
they
Like
didn't write them for them. They didn't write it for their own art.
maybe
It's like this
maybe
is
that's
for
it.
me. Why did you do this to me?
Maybe that's it. Maybe it's not overproduced or anything. Maybe it was just over. You said they had a lot of time to work on it. Maybe they overthought it. Maybe they just, they just overthought this and like overproduced it themselves.
I
I
mean,
bet the demos of this is probably the demos of this album are probably great.
fuck yeah. I mean, like, yeah, I don't want to shit on this album like either. I
No,
think
no, no. I'm with you. This is the worst fucking album that's ever been fucking made ever. No, I'm with you. We're saying the same thing.
yeah, I'm taking back my feelings on it.
Right. Hey, how about give me back my money?
when I
Wait,
bought
me?
the CD, I threw the disc away and just kept the picture of the little boy.
Oh, now we're all on lists.
I'll say this because like as you're talking, I am laughing at myself. Like I'm just sitting here going, I do not listen to lyrics ever. And I'm like, no, but like I know for me, musically, this for me has like the most replay value because they're like on all their other albums, they have all the songs are good, but they sort of like on all the songs after this album. Wait, what the fuck am I trying to say? All the songs on the albums after this one are good, but they all have like a general, like a similar feel to them. So less of them stick out. So then, like for example, I'm looking at like Louder Now because they all have a similar forward-moving, driving rock feel. Like Liar, Make Damn Sure, What It Feels Like to Be a Ghost, and like Miami stick out to me.
Miami is one of my. I got goosebumps. You just said that song, and like Miami is one of my favorite songs of all time.
Yeah.
Of
So,
all
but
time.
like, but because of like how those albums are laid out, and I could do that for every album. Like, if we just jump to like New Again, like Sink Into Me, Cut Me Up, Jenny. And honestly, I can't remember what the other songs. I'll remember if I listen to them.
Swing
So
and
for
Cut Me Up, Jenny are basically the same song.
what? Say it again.
Swing and Cut Me Up, Jenny are kind of like the same song.
Yeah. Actually, by the way, while we're on this, you know which later song of theirs is fucking amazing? Is Stood a Chance. Do you like Stood a Chance?
I like Stood a Chance.
That song, dude, when he gets to the hook on that. Oh, but wait, let me make sorry, I got derailed from my original point. For me, like this album has better listenability because I feel like from song to song, all like the songs have way more of a distinct, like from a musical standpoint. Because like I said, I didn't even know there was a singer. But like from a musical standpoint, I feel like from song to song, each song has more of a distinct personality, and that's why I personally, this album has like the most replay value of all their albums for me.
See, that's how I feel about Louder Now. I feel like Louder Now, they took risks. They took way more risks on Louder Now than this one. Like
Really?
this one is where you want to be is just okay. Is just aliens. It's just yep. It's
I'm
hey, we
listening.
did the first, huh?
I'm listening.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so we had a good thing. It was one thing. Then boop, it's more action, more what you wanted from the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's all they gave you. They gave so we knew what worked in the first one, and that's all we're gonna do. And hey, I liked a lot of that other stuff too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I want peaks
Okay.
and valleys.
Oh, Jay, I want to ask you one more question. Do you ever, when you're listening to this album, do you ever get to the end of New American Classic?
Yeah.
Okay, because like for me, maybe I'm just a dummy, but like I'll hear it and I'll be like, okay, this is nice, but I'm not gonna listen to the whole thing. I don't know. There's something about like just whenever it hits like a slow acoustic song, I'll give it like 30 seconds, but then I think my dumb guy brain takes over and I go, all right, now I need drums again.
So many girls to that song.
You what?
I fingered so many girls to that song.
Hell yeah, dude.
Like this one, and then that song by Panic. Is it still me that makes this? It's all about teenagers fucking. Yeah.
Mine was Ohio is for Lovers, and I'm trying to think. What was that one Slayer song? Rain. And no, I don't know.
Raining Blood.
Yeah, Raining Blood. Like I said, I was in high school, so anyway. All right, I don't know. This is all terrible. I regret all of this. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out, guys. Thank you for being here, Jay. Jay, throw out your social media again.
I thought you said social security number. I was like, "We want me to do what?" Follow me on Instagram at _J Simpson. If you're in the Easton area, I'll be at the Greek meat guy at in Easton, February 5th. It's a fun show. And then Instagram OJ Simpson. And,
Plug machine, Jay Simpson, everybody.
Plug in. Someone
want to get plugged.
Pat, where can they find your shit?
Well, Andy, you can go to
Pat. Hey Pat, can you do your plugs?
well, Andy, if you go to YouTube, you can go ahead and search Baby Mermaid Productions on YouTube, and you can find a ton of shit that I produce there. There's the GDP Live that I go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. on Instagram as well as Facebook. You can check it out there. Baby Mermaid Productions on Instagram. Gross Domesticated Podcast page on Facebook. And I would like to officially announce right now and start getting some excitement going for the July 4th weekend match that I will be having against my foe to be Lemaire Lee. We will be duking it out sumo style in John Montag's backyard in New Jersey on July 4th weekend. We've got our official Tim Butterly's going to be there. We've got he's going to be our official referee. We're going to be training officially. We're going to be documenting a lot of our progress and everything like that. So make sure that you check out that. It's going to be a live event that we're going to have. We're also going to open up betting lines for so you can officially bet, hopefully legally, on either Lemaire or I to who do you think would win in a sumo wrestling match between Lemaire and me in John Montag's backyard live July 4th weekend. Look for that coming up.
Hell yeah.
I do want to say Lemaire is training. He's taking his sumo training very seriously. Before this podcast, we must have eaten about 16 pounds of Korean barbecue.
Oh my God. God damn it.
Yeah, you gotta.
I'm over here eating fucking tacos like a goddamn rookie. What am I doing?
Wait, are you guys just gonna reverse all? Are you and Lemaire just gonna completely reverse all the hard work of weight loss over these many
no.
years?
We're gonna be doing the fit sumo thing. We want to be traditional. Honestly, we're gonna do research. We want to make sure that we're respectful to the art, and we're having.
Oh, so you're gonna legit learn how to like sumo wrestle for real?
Both of us are. Well, I mean, we're both gonna train. He said there's a sumo school near him, so I'm gonna try to find one near me. And
It look like a yin yang.
and honestly, that's the point. We want to show unity. Okay, we want to be together. Okay,
You guys want to help heal the soul of America?
Exactly.
We all know
we want to bring
this.
everybody back together.
Well, wait. Didn't you want to include some other people in it? I know you hit me up. I don't know what you want to reveal, or you want to slow roll this.
No. I mean, we have the commentating team. I don't know if we've reached out to everybody yet.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I didn't want to
down there, but what we had in mind was Andy and Jay here as our commentating team to call the fight live. So if you guys are into it, I mean, if you want to hang out in John's backyard and smoke weed and annoy his neighbors, his neighbor by the way, directly next door to him, I believe, I can't remember which side, but there's a neighbor adjacent to him somewhere that is a super duper big Trump fan. So hopefully we can make enough noise to annoy them as well.
Actually, and I can translate too. And big push from
we're gonna be putting the salt circle out there. We're gonna have a ring. We're gonna have the whole thing going on. So sumo wrestling match, Mayor Lee against Pat George, July 4th weekend. Look for it live. You can bet on us live. We're gonna. I honestly, that was the thing I get the most excited about, was the fact that we're gonna be able to actually have people bet on it like a fucking cockfight. It's gonna be a real life fucking cockfight between two swinging dicks.
Wait, are you guys
not wait.
You guys are doing full diaper, right?
Yeah. We're doing full diaper, everything. Everything is traditional.
Yeah, you're keeping it like that. See, that's gonna be the most fun. Is like you guys are not you're not gonna be funny about it.
Taking it seriously,
which will be the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Dude, I almost got fucking hard thinking about how much I'm gonna laugh. Like, dude, how hard I'm gonna laugh at the all of this.
The funniest part is, like, you know how, like, if you go do stand up, or say you have to go do some like comedy event that you're not used to, and you're like, oh, will I be able to make this funny? You won't have to worry about this, because all you need to do is focus all your energy on making this 1000% legitimate. Just legit.
That's the only work we have to do. Is the thing that's also really interesting. I want to learn how to speak. We're gonna learn how to speak Japanese. Like, we want to bow. We got to fucking do we want to do everything legit 100%. You guys can do whatever you want. You can make it like fucking what is it? What's the fucking show? Most Extreme
Elimination Challenge.
Yeah. You guys can be like that. You can do it serious too. We're getting the garb, we're getting the robe and everything, like the actual like.
Oh yeah, dude! Like, you guys doing the ceremony, like in the outfit, like bowing, like just 100% real. It will be fucking amazing. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited to put on.
For this.
What?
I'll wear a kimono for this.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yes. If you want to, honestly, I don't know if we can. I mean, I'm sure you can paint the face or do whatever, you know.
Do kabuki makeup.
Go Birds, you know. I mean,
you show up in a fucking bummer's outfit. You're like, that's close enough. You know what? Get in here.
Got it. I'm coming dressed as Naruto in blackface.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh no, there's more blackface Narutos. He did blackface was it? Jitsu. Blackface jitsu.
Oh man, it's gonna be fun, and honestly, we're involving enough people that like we know it's gonna be hilarious, and it's gonna be entertaining, and it's gonna be fun. So like that's the biggest thing, is having fun with our friends. But that is I am so fucking excited to get dressed and straight up honor the art of fucking sumo and whoop Lemaire Lee's ass at the same time.
Oh, please.
Is it going to be Saturday the 3rd or Sunday the 4th?
Yeah. I say the weekend just because it's tentative right now. I mean, obviously the 4th would be but like people are gonna be doing shit on the 4th, so like maybe
Yeah,
the 3rd.
fucking watching this.
Yeah, well, I would hope so. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, there's gonna be fucking fireworks.
It's far enough out. It should be the 4th.
There's gonna be people ignoring their family at parties, and they're just be like, "What are you doing?" "Oh, sorry, my buddies are fighting in diapers."
There's no sane way to explain it. It's the best thing ever. Like I want to get people so excited. We are building this up. We're gonna this is gonna be a McGregor Mayweather style fight. But
the best way to explain it, I always bring it back to like that episode of South Park when they finally realize Kyle's dad is what was it, Skank Hunt or whatever his screen name was, and they're just like, "Why are you doing this?" And he's just like got a tear in his eye, and he's like, "'Cause it's funny." Like that's all you need. That's all you need. Like why are you doing this? 'Cause it's fucking hilarious.
Only because it's funny. I can't even remember how. I remember telling him how jealous I was that he was having all these fucking grappling matches in Philadelphia, and I was like, how do I sign up? I want to do that. I want to wrestle you. And he's like, and then we ended up like coming up with the sumo idea, and this was like, dude, let's do pay-per-view, betting, fucking live stream this shit. Like it's gonna be fucking awesome. I can't wait.
That's great, dude.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I just marked it in my Google Calendar. We're
Oh
good.
god, that's so fucking awesome. So you're definitely into
I
being.
blocked out the weekend, baby. I'm all
Oh. Oh my god! The more blocks we add to this, the more people that want to be involved, the more excited I am.
I just put in my PTO, baby.
I'm taking a week off.
Okay, so my girlfriend's like pregnant, right?
Oh.
By July, she'll be like big.
We
and
talked
have
about
all
this,
the
by the way.
signs
Lemaire and I talked about it, and
Yeah.
I think that's what we both came up. That's the idea we came up with.
She's gonna be a
Actually,
ringer.
that we said that or she walks around behind Tim as he officiates and goes, and then like and when he makes a decision, he looks at her and she goes. She's gonna be the only Asian one there.
Jay, if you make her a pregnant ring girl, her family will not let her come home. They'll be like, "You stay in America with awful boyfriend."
I think this could be a new calling for her.
And honestly, and in considering the situation, we were like, maybe we should have Jay float it past her, just to be like, hey, do you want to be either the Asian officiant, like the official Asian officiant, to go like, okay, yeah, everything looks good. This looks quality, yeah.
Quite Asian, yes.
Like she checks Lemaire's tag on his diaper. Oh, yeah, okay, good.
It's like, guys, I'm from Ohio. Like, I don't fucking know shit about this.
Or ring girl. We're down for either one.
Oh man, Pat, the more you describe this sumo fight, it's where I want to be, dude.
I want it to be tomorrow. I want it to be tomorrow, and I know nothing of sumo right now, and I want to do it tomorrow. I just want to get in a diaper and wrestle my buddy. It's gonna be so much fun.
Those neighbors are gonna be great. Like, honey, come on, take a look at this.
What
the dabbers?
What the hell? I think this is what happened in Portland. We better call them.
God damn it, we got some Democrats fighting. Is this what Antifa does?
Honey, they're sweating out COVID.
God damn it, this is Biden's America.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's gonna be we'll be a social media. We'll be a meme. We'll just be this is Biden's America.
Not my wrestling.
Oh my God. We should get a belt. We should get a belt though, right? Like
Their neighbors call it Wuhan wrestling.
Wait, they're doing interracial sumo next door? Not in my town.
Oh my God. Okay.
All right, this
China.
is fucking great. We gotta wrap this up. This has been too much funny. Too much funny. They don't deserve any more of this. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace.
Peace.